Welcome back, beautiful souls, to another episode of the Spiritual Catalyst podcast, where we talk about all things weird and woo. I am your host, Sarah Lyons, the founder of the newearthschool.com.au, and I am your guide on your journey of spiritual and financial ascension. Today, we're going to explore a topic that has touched many of us in profound ways, whether we're consciously aware of it or not. It's a wound that has been passed down through the generations, and it can manifest as fear, self-doubt, and a reluctance to truly show up as our most authentic selves. I'm talking about the witch wound and the deep fear of judgment or persecution that often accompanies this. For centuries, powerful, intuitive, and wise women and men, those who dared to speak their truth, practice their craft, and live outside of the norms of society, were labeled as witches and faced persecution, judgment, and violence. This history of oppression has left an imprint in the collective consciousness, and it's something that many of us carry within our DNA still, sometimes without even realizing it. The witch wound is the voice inside that tells you to stay small, to hide your gifts, to be careful not to be too different or too much. It's that fear that if you stand out, if you truly shine, you'll be judged, ridiculed, or worse. But here's the truth. When you begin to heal the witch wound, something truly magical happens. You start to reclaim your power, your confidence becomes unshakable, and your visibility becomes magnetic. You start to feel a deep sense of safety within yourself, and you step into a state of pure authenticity. No more hiding, no more playing small. You give yourself full permission to be who you truly are and to share your gifts with the world. So how do we begin to heal this wound? It's a big one. How do we move through the fear of judgment and persecution so that we can fully embrace our true selves? It starts with awareness. The first step is acknowledging that this wound exists and that it might be influencing your thoughts, behaviors, and decisions more than you realize. Once you've acknowledged it, the next step is to explore where it shows up in your life. Do you feel afraid to speak your truth in certain situations? Do you hold back your creativity, your intuition, or your spiritual practices because you're afraid of how others will react? Do you find yourself people-pleasing just to avoid conflict or judgment? Now, once you've identified these areas, it's time to shift the energy. And one of the most powerful ways to do this is through past life healing. For me, I opened my business in 2018, and when I realized what was going to be required of me to create a successful online business, I was literally deathly afraid. I did not want every fiber of my being resisted going live because I was so scared. What if I mess up? What if people tell me I'm wrong? What if I am persecuted? What if I'm hated? What if people judge me? What if people don't like me? And I would literally work up a cold sweat and sabotage myself from going live. It was the last thing I wanted to do. So I was working with a woman at the time who took me through a past life healing from where I first lost my confidence. And I was taken back to a lifetime where I was persecuted as a witch. I was powerful, intuitive, and healer, and that was threatening to my community. So I was unalived, and the trauma from that experience kept me earthbound for over 100 years until my great-granddaughter passed me over. God bless her. But what happened once I went through this experience? So I would say within a few months, I noticed there was no white light moment, but I noticed that I was just feeling more comfortable showing up online. And probably within 12 months of that, I was running regular live events within my business. And yeah, I still get, even still to this day, I get the nerves, but they're what I would call normal nerves, right? Because I'm meeting people that I haven't met before. But it doesn't hold me back. There's no sabotage, there's no cold sweats. And this has allowed me to create a really beautiful mission business. So my cat has just stepped on my keyboard here. So as you heal the witch wound, you'll notice a transformation. Your confidence will no longer be tied to external validation, not the extremes, right? Whoop, and it will come from within, a deep knowing that you're enough just as you are. And this unshakable confidence will naturally make you more visible because you're letting down the walls. You're dissolving those invisibility barriers. So rather than, showing up in all the places and it feels like you're just not being seen, people will naturally be drawn to your energy because you become magnetic through this process. They're drawn to your authenticity, to your light. And as you stand in your power, you create a ripple effect, inspiring others to do the same. It's such a beautiful, powerful process. You'll notice a profound sense of safety when the fear of judgment no longer has power over you. You'll feel more grounded, more secure in your own skin. And you'll know that no matter what happens, you are held, you are protected, and you are exactly where you're meant to be. And lastly, this healing allows you to step into your pure authenticity, which is just so friggin' magnetic. You'll no longer feel the need to wear the mask or hide parts of yourself to fit in. You'll feel free to express your true self, to share your unique gifts with the world, and to live your life in alignment with your soul's purpose. And this is where your true power lies, in your authenticity, your visibility, and your confidence. So I was actually sitting with the Shaman's Oracle deck before I recorded this podcast episode and asked, okay, what do my audience need to know about this, about what I'm talking today? And how cool is this? We received the Magician's Sword, confidence in your magic. How cool is that? So I'm going to read you a little excerpt here. When the Magician's Sword appears, you are called to cut cords that bind you to old thought forms and beliefs, or to friends who are not true. With the power of the Magician's Sword, nothing can stop you, hurt you, or turn you away from the beauty you seek or the goal you desire with all your heart. The sword is a tool, not a weapon, so make sure you wield it wisely and for the greater good. Find the stuck places where you are kept tethered to a toxic person, a particular location, or a faulty thought or belief, and let the blade do its magic. We're talking about wielding your power here. You have a large endowment of magic available to you when you believe in miracles. But don't look to the heavens to grant you the wish. Look within. Use the Magician's Sword to cut through limiting beliefs. And remember that all beliefs are limiting. And focus your intention in order to create what you wish. You have all the tools you need for the task at hand. You need only master the wherewithal to deploy the resources you have. When the Magician's Sword appears, it is time to get moving. This is not a tool for contemplation, for gazing at the finely polished edge. It's an instrument calling for decisive action. And remember, the sword is alive with a wisdom you can summon to help you find the best course of action. Do not hesitate, act. So we are talking about wielding your power and connecting with that wise one within, with your intuition to lead you forward. So, my loves, I encourage you to take some time to explore this topic today, bring awareness to it, and to begin the process of healing. The world needs your light, your gifts, and your voice. And when you heal the witch wound, you step into the fullness of who you are, creating a life of freedom, abundance, and joy. Thank you so much for joining me today. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. Until next time, remember, you are powerful, you are worthy, and you are safe to be seen. Stay blessed. Bye.